Andrea Holwegner, we're excited about this. Registered dietitian. I called you the guru of good eating.
I was impressed with that. Thank you. Yes.
Here to answer your questions.
Your nutrition questions are coming in, so Andrea, let's get right to it because lots of really good questions. This one's from Sadie. I love shakes and juices that are boosted with nutritional supplements like wheatgrass and greens. Are these safe to give to my 15-month-old daughter?
Excellent question. And when we talk about greens, I just wanted to clarify, if we're talking about things like throwing spinach and leafy greens into a shake or getting a wheatgrass addition, I think that those are perfectly safe and natural things to feed kids. When we start getting into pills and potions and powders, that's where I get a little bit more concerned, and we'd want to do a little bit more further research into what exactly is in the pills, potions, and other things to add into smoothies.
The greens line, that is an actual line you'll see in a lot of drugstores and nutritional stores.
Sure. You know, and I do think that that one's probably pretty safe. Once we get into things like protein powders and herbs and supplements, we do have to be careful just because kids are much littler than us, and there's not a lot of research on giving, you know, a wide range of different herbs to kids of that age.
Our viewers want to know some details as well. I mean, we've got this one from Crystal here, and talk about a question that she has obviously done some research on, is always on her mind apparently when it comes to nutrition. Crystal says, is it true that foods containing white flour or white rice can exacerbate inflammation? And that's a detailed question.
That's a good question too. Thanks, Crystal. You know, so much discussion around inflammatory response and immune system going on in nutrition research right now. And what I can say is that it does seem to show that if we're eating more refined types of foods, mostly white types of grains, not a lot of vitamin-rich fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, we do seem to have more of an inflammatory response in the body, wearing our immune system down and putting it at risk for further sort of medical issues down the road.
So that is something that's really moving forward in terms of our knowledge.
It is, you know, and this whole concept of the inflammation response we know can lead to heart disease. We know it can lead to all sorts of different autoimmune-based issues as well. So simple, standard, healthy eating advice, load up with lots of color. We got lots of good examples here of fresh types of produce that are really going to keep our immune systems strong and really ward off that inflammatory response.
Good stuff.
Edward.
This is one I think we could all need the answer to, eh, Suzanne?
Yeah, how do frozen fruit and berries compare nutritionally to fresh? And I love the frozen stuff because it's convenient. Is it as good?
Absolutely.
You can get anything seasonal, frozen.
It's great because they're picked when they're at their peak of freshness and they're flash frozen. We do find their nutritional level to be very, very comparable. And what a great thing in the winter to utilize some of the frozen fresh berries and things that are out there.
And the freezing doesn't break down any of the nutritional quality or content?
You know, when we cook a food, so for example, if we were to cook strawberries or blackberries, we'll lose some of the vitamin C, but we're still getting a lot of the good benefit in eating any of the frozen types of foods. Canned, on the other hand, we do take off the skin, so we're losing some of the fiber. And of course, a lot of the canned fruits can also be sweetened.
Gotta eat the skin. Come on, are you kidding me? This one here, we always talk about cholesterol, and if you're looking into getting in shape, cholesterol is a big thing, and your doctor will always talk about it. So Myra says, what's the current recommendation on eggs per week if you are watching your cholesterol?
Well, Myra, there's some good news, actually. You know, we used to, years ago, talk about dietary cholesterol and, you know, did it have an impact on your blood cholesterol? And what research has shown is that it really has a very minimal effect. And so we don't actually have recommendations for how many eggs, or let's say shrimp is another food that's very high in cholesterol. We don't actually recommend that you need to reduce those types of foods. What I'm more concerned about for blood cholesterol is saturated fat and trans fat. So looking at your labels, those are the two types of fats in our foods that elevate cholesterol in our blood. Much, much more important than dietary cholesterol.
Eggs are a good thing, keep eating them.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Nice.
This is a question from Tanya. Is there really any way to overcome chocolate cravings?
Tanya, you are a woman after my own heart of chocolate.
She says, I feel this is the main reason I am not at my goal weight. I probably eat the equivalent of 1 chocolate bar per day. And that's probably not fairly typical for a lot of women, especially, including you, maybe?
I am a diehard chocoholic. I feel your pain. You know, not one food is ever going to contribute to weight gain for somebody or an inability to be able to lose weight. If chocolate is your favorite thing, or for somebody else, if potato chips are your favorite thing, it's really important to not try to give those things up and hope that one day you'll never crave them anymore, because I just don't think that's going to happen. What I would encourage her to try, though, is really maybe shifting towards a darker chocolate bar, because I do find, as a chocoholic myself, that dark chocolate is just a little bit more flavorful and a little bit more bitter and tends to satisfy a chocolate craving much more than milk chocolate. Because I know I could personally eat a couple of milk chocolate bars, no problem, but I'd have a hard time doing that with dark.
Oh, wow.
So you might not like it as much,
maybe
but
tweak.
it may help to decrease your portion size.
Yeah, because I don't like it as much, but it does slow me down. Okay.
You want to take your questions, the sweet ones, or maybe more on cholesterol, whatever it might be.
Any nutrition questions you have, breakfasttelevision.ca. Andrea's going to stay with us. We do have this gift basket from Community Natural. This is a great way to start on a healthy kick for the year.
Huge basket. They got it down there, Community Natural Health Foods. It's up for grabs. All you have to do is send us a note, breakfasttelevision.ca, for the good eating, the good nutrition guru, Andrea Holwegner.
I think I've seen some dark chocolate in that gift basket.
I've also spotted it,
I will
Andrea.
protect that basket. So if you win, you will have it. These two won't have their hands on it.